people. Here to get it in on the Balogun Bamo channel. I want to talk about the importance of learning your true identity as a black person, your true history. It's very important that we learn our true identity as black people. A lot that has been fed to us that has been totally false. So we can't connect with Africa and our true achievements from Africa. The people from Africa that are Africans in Africa, the true Africans, can't connect with the blacks in the Western Hemisphere, because blacks over in the Western Hemisphere, we are still lost to our true identity as to our true indigenous African brothers in Africa. That has been done systematically, of course. Let me talk about the culture aspect, right? You know, the importance of black nationalism. The importance of black nationalism is because we focus on black people learning their true culture. And we're not talking about, you know, taking away your religion and your belief in whatever religion or your religious preference. No. We're just talking about bringing you back and showing you your true culture, as opposed to the Eurocentric culture that you've been fed. You've been brain fed. You've been conditioned with. It's a difference. It's a major difference. We as black people have been so affected with this European culture that we even treat our women differently. This is what I want to speak on real quick in this segment. If you look at the Eurocentric culture and the way the European treats this woman, seeing how she had to fight for her equality, fight for all types of civil liberties. That never happened in Africa. The woman, if you go back and do your African, true African history of Ethiopia, the true dynasties in Ethiopia, and the true Ethiopian kings and queens, the royal lines were always had a king and a queen. The true African spiritual system was based off of God and Goddess. So we as a people always worshiped a woman. We as a people always protected and nurtured our woman. This is before pre-invasions of any Asians, Europeans, or Arabs. And if you look on its face before all of that, how the Arabians treat their women, how they make them cover up, and how it's so disrespectful. I don't even want to talk about how they treat those women. But when their invasion came, when the Arabian and the trans-Saharan invasion came, and the transatlantic invasion came with the Europeans, that's when the culture started to change as far as how Africans treated their women. If you look, there's nowhere on any other portion of the globe, but in Africa, tributes to black queens, black goddesses. There's nowhere in Europe, supposedly Europe, partially North Asia Minor, where there's any monuments where the European kings had spent decades laboring to bring forth to America. Even France's Eiffel Tower isn't in regards to a woman deity, you know. So you look everywhere across the globe, you don't see any adoration or reverence to the woman, but in Africa. You go to Egypt, everywhere, in Ethiopia, you're gonna see all adoration and reverence due to the woman, you know, and that was ingrained in our culture. But let me tell you something. When This is ingrained out of our culture because blacks couldn't come over during the trans-Saharan and the transatlantic slave trade into Arabia, into Europe, and treat their woman in a higher form, in a higher position above how that master supposedly is treating his woman, which he has her treating her beneath her like a footstool. See, so that if the European woman would have saw that, she'd have been like, "What the fuck is this? You call these people beneath us, but they treat their women like gods and goddesses?" No, that would have killed their whole rule from that aspect. So they changed us culturally. So I tell you this, people, black men, black women, we need to work on this domestic things because this wasn't us. This wasn't us from a culture aspect. So this is why black nationalism is important. We need to get back to the root of things and get back to our culturistic, true approaches as a race and shun all this misogyny, shun all this abuse of the black woman, shun all this treating the black woman in a lesser demeaning light, and start treating that black woman like the true queen that we always treated her like when we were in Egypt and Africa. And on the African continent, you African brothers need to start doing the same thing with the African woman on the African continent. And today I hope this video sheds light on how you are treating a black woman because you have black daughters. So we need to see that this change culturally, get back to not putting our hands on women, because I was a victim of it at one point too. I was raised up in this Eurocentric, misogynist society as well, you know. But when you do your true history on Africa and Africa's adoration of the black woman, you'll see that was not our culture, and we need to get back to adoring the black woman. One love, one life, one loyalty.